like it's fine. It just looks really dark. I don't know how it looks on the screen. But thanks for tuning in, whether live with me or on replay. Either works. I appreciate your tuning in and checking things out. So happy Wednesday, kind of hump day. I would say middle of the week, but that's for most people, but not really for me because it's like I'm here all the time. I don't think I have a hump day. It's just sort of always. So I guess one of the biggest pieces of news since last Wednesday is the arrival of the Fusion mineral paint. So we have stock, a little bit of a stock of virtually everything from the Fusion line. So a little bit of everything. Obviously, we'll be reordering as needed. The nice thing about this paint is that they're close enough that we can place the order and then when it's filled, get it picked up rather than having to wait for it being shipped or coming over the border or all that kind of stuff. So awesome to be able to have a Canadian company. The nice thing about this paint too, unlike, the Jamie Ray Vintage Cottage Colors by DIY, this one can ship during the winter. The other all-in-one paints really aren't freezing hardy. It would change the consistency. Fusion, it could be frozen up to 3 times without any harm to the paint itself. It doesn't mean that you want to leave it out in your garage through the whole winter, but it does mean that shipping is a real possibility just because so much of our season here in Canada is in cold weather. Makes it a little bit of a better option for me here in the shop. So paint comes in definitely pint size. That's pretty typical. It also comes in small testers, which is kind of nice. So if you needed colors just for a small project, or you wanted to be able to obviously test out the color first on something, then it gives you a great option before investing in the pint. But it's one of the better priced options for an all-in-one paint as compared to some of the others that I had been testing out as backups if I didn't make it this time in my application process. So I just need to convince them that I have a market for it, that I'm going to be able to sell it. So if you need Fusion, check me out just so that I can do a little reordering and let them know that their decision finally was not misplaced. For videos, today was, the short was about kind of a marker craft. It's kind of, you know what, it was actually pretty fun. I think it would be a good thing to do if, you know what, if you're like me, if I'm watching a movie, I can't just sit and watch the movie. I have to be doing something. So whether it means I'm needle felting a little critter for the shelf over here, or I'm coloring something or I'm drawing something, I just have to be doing something. I can't just sit and watch something. It's just not in me. If it's a movie that has commercials, I'll usually have a book and I read during commercials. It's just, I don't know, it's probably a sad statement about me. But this particular marker craft is definitely child friendly, so definitely good to do with kids. But it was a lot of fun just on my own and just kind of relaxing, very zen-like, very soothing. So check it out. I think that, again, if you're like me and you just want something to kind of zen out to, occupy your mind while you're kind of watching and listening to a movie or a book on tape or something like that, you could have fun with it. Monday's video, let me get this up here, was this big, and I kept referring to it as a window because it seems like a window to me, but really we know with the handle on the bottom and the hinges, it was a door on an old cabinet. I thrifted it and got it like this. It didn't require painting, which was awesome, but here's where I'm going to start to need glasses. But it was really inspired by these burlap panels that I put in there, which was my rice bag. I had to admit, Nick was kind of rolling his eyes at me when I said, "Don't throw the bag out. I want the bag. I can do something with the bag." So this is my rice bag, cut in half, and filling those two panes, and we put together the wreath to put in the middle, and I think it's just a really cute decor piece. It's in the store for $28, but check out the video because you don't need to have a window. You don't need to have these panes. You could do something similar with a long piece of striped fabric, ticking fabric, a really nice tea towel, anything like that. So use it as kind of the jumping point more than anything else. Or you know what? I think I feel compelled now to buy my rice according to the bag it's in, because I got other ideas for that rice bag, and I don't have another one. So yeah, it was just kind of a cute addition to my rice. There, just bonus. I don't like to throw out anything. I could use it for something at some time, possibly. So anything can serve as a point of inspiration, right? This one just happened to be inspired by my rice bags. Go figure. Friday's video, I can't show you. You have to look because it is on my front porch. I painted it for my front porch and it's on my front porch. So it's there. You can't see it, but you can see it on the video on Friday. So check it out. It was a remake of a piece that we had that we were using for quite a couple of years, but didn't stand up to the weather very well. But I saved some pieces from it that I'm going to use in another craft. So you'll have to see what I saved and see how weird I am, because I don't think anybody else would have saved those things. But this was a piece that we had saved from the garbage, and that's what I love doing. It's kind of like a little bit of paint, and it's still good. It doesn't have to go into the landfill, and I don't have to buy something else. It works great. So sometimes, people can be too quick to dispose of things that could easily be repurposed or just zhuzhed up a little bit. So Friday is all about zhuzhing. I'm sure that's a word. Okay, let's jump into some of the other new stuff. These are super cute. These little bowls are actually vintage Shafford originals. So I have a set of 3 of these little, look at how cute, little watermelon bowls. These are ceramic. So it's a set of 3 for $14. And yeah, they're just vintage, but these are in great shape. There's no chips or nicks in them. And they're just adorable. And I think that they are just super cute for going into the summer season and the barbecue season. So if you're looking for something cute to add to, your outdoor decor and use, for barbecues and things, I think those are super sweet. I love the speckled look inside and then with the little seeds, but I really love this side, the outside that all looks like the watermelon rind. So good job on that one. I love that. Next up, I'm trying to think of a logical way of moving things off to the side that doesn't get me jammed up here. So let's go this way. So this is a set of 4 Mexican recycled glasses. So there are 2 tall glasses. They are all in the blue and green and clear. So one that's kind of the solid blue and green fade, and one that has the blue rim with the green banding. You can, they've got the typical haft of Mexican glass, but they're nice and solid. And accompanying them are the 2 matching tumbler size. So you've got one of each. They definitely match. They still have their recycled glass labels on them. And it is, on one of them I have. So the set of 4 for $12. And again, I love the idea of recycled glass. So this little pottery piece is very cute and pretty unique, I think. So it's like this cute little bowl in a white and a cream, but it has a little spout and it has the built-in strainer. So it's like a little strainer pot, little strainer bowl. And you know what? I like this. You just don't see this very often. So just super cute when you are just straining a little bit of something. You don't have to get out a big honking strainer, or when the strainer would be too big to be able to do that anyway. So
like a gravy bowl with a fat.
you maybe could, but it doesn't look like, I mean, it would be pretty low for doing the gravy, like Nick was saying, with the fat, separating the fat. But usually it would have this lower down so you could strain off the juices with the fat sitting on the top. This is kind of mid level, but very cute, very cute. $6. I think I said that, but just in case, who knows? I can't remember. Okay, I have a set of 2 of these dishes and I'm selling them separately just because they're 2 different colors. I mean, they're the same look and the same pattern. They're kind of a diamond shape. One's in a blue. And let me see if I can get my fingers out of the way so you can see the pattern without my dropping it. One's in a green. You can see a little bit easier on this one, the patterns, kind of like the fish bones and things. They've got the black detailing, the black dots all around the rim, kind of in this unique diamond shape. I think that they're super fun. They're $6 each. So you could buy whichever color you prefer, buy both, buy none. I mean, options. You have options in your life here. But I just like those. I thought they were really unique and kind of cute with, not just with the pattern, but with the shape. Sort of unique, a little bit more fun. This piece, we're definitely going more vintage. This is, let me just get the name of the pattern again. This is from, this is Norleans, China, which is from Japan. And this is in the Roseanne pattern. And I gotta tell you, for a vintage piece, which I think is from the 1980s, the gold on this is still intact. It's showing little to no wear. So this gravy boat and the matching saucer in this pattern is $13 in the shop. But again, really good condition for its age and just a really pretty little piece. The other, this is the other real vintage piece is this green glass vase. This is from the E.O. Brody Company. These are sell online, so it's $15 in the shop. It sells anywhere from about $45 to $75 online. So I usually go by the lowest price, but $15 in the shop. And again, it doesn't have any chips or dings. It's in great shape for its age because this also is, I think, 30 to 40 years old, closer to 40 maybe. So it's doing well. It's holding up well for its age. I should be so lucky to say that about myself. I missed hitting Taekwondo again today, so I'm really starting to feel like I'm a bit of a slug, but computer issues. I just, sometimes they just don't resolve as quickly as you would like, and they don't care that you were giving them a deadline and they didn't meet it. Computers just do their own thing. So the one thing I need here is making sure that the computer system and the cache system is working, and it just decided not to. So I couldn't leave till it got fixed. And unfortunately, it's only me. It's only me to fix it. And I'm not all that computer literate. It's like, that's not what I do. But which explains why it took me half a day, and it would have been much shorter for somebody else, I'm sure. Okay. Next up is this cute little blue and tan pitcher. It's got some darker caramel speckles on it. Just showing 2 different cameras here with the blue patterning, almost a little bit flow blue like. It is signed and it does have a pottery maker's stamp impressed into it. Nothing that I am familiar with, however, but it is $8.50 and just again super cute. This piece is not particularly vintage. It's by Sorrento, but I loved the color. I don't find a lot of items usually in like a mauve. You know, sometimes they're just a really bright purple, and I just love this color. And it's got a lot of raised detailing on it. It does have the rubber seal around it. So again, you know, it's gonna seal well depending upon what you decide to store in it. $9.50 for this, and again, no chips or cracks. It's in awesome shape for that. I do have, okay, so I haven't done a butter dish in a while, but I am doing another little butter dish today, and I love this one. So this is a square glass butter dish, and it's gonna be hard for you guys to see, I think. Let me try and hold it so you can maybe tell. But it's got like a raised detailing of a cow on the top. I love this little guy. I don't think I have anything. Let me just see. Maybe there's some shipping paper. I don't know if it'd show up better in front of that. Well, kind of you can see the cow a little bit better up top. And you guys can see a little bit better. So I love that guy. He's very cute. She's got her horns. There's a little barn in the back. She's got her cowbell on and some trees and grasses. And it's just cute. So $8.50 for the cow butter dish. And it's a good size because you can fit the whole, I was going to say the loaf. No, not the loaf, the whole pound of butter in there. Not a loaf of butter. Butter goes on loaf of bread. Okay, this little pottery, I didn't know whether to call it pot or a jar or a container or I forget what I called it. I don't know what I called it. It is stamped Lee, which I think I forgot to put into the listing. It's $8, but it's really cute. So it's actually got a hole here and a leather tie with some feathers on the side, but it's got glazing on the top, and then it's got the red clay base that's all got like a carved detailing of a town with the sun up above it. So just a really cute piece. I was thinking of this as sort of like a pen holder on your desk would be cute. Definitely you could use it for a potted plant instead.
You call it a pottery holder.
A pottery holder. Yeah, it's to hold stuff. It could hold your pens. It could hold your pot, your flower pot. Yeah, I called it a holder. That was very creative of me, I'm sure. Yeah, it's like sometimes like you just have those moments where you're going, I don't know what to call you. You're a holder. You hold stuff. That's it. That's what you get called. Some days are very long here. Sometimes I'm here a lot by myself, so some days you can really tell. Okay, this guy, it is very big, very heavy. $10. So it's a smooth-sided little cement concrete planter. What's really nice about this one, apart from the fact that it's nice and wide, but not too tall. So it's not a big, huge, deep one, which would look great with succulents, great with bulbs, right? If you were doing paper whites or other bulbs, things like that. I think it would be awesome with like a bonsai and, you know, some rockery and that sort of thing. What's nice about this one is that it does have a drainage hole, but it has a plug in it. So if you need to, if you're going to be using it outdoors and you want it to drain, you take the plug out. If you're going to be using it indoors, then obviously you're going to want to leave the plug in and just put some drainage stones in it and you're good to go. But it's nice. It's a good weight, nice and smooth on the outside. Sometimes they're really rough. They haven't been polished up. This has got it. This has been polished. There's a lot of pottery tonight. I'm just looking as I'm talking about stuff. Okay, let's jump into another little piece of pottery while I'm talking. Okay. This guy is, I think I got So again, my brain, I think I called this a scoop bowl because I was thinking it just looks like, you just kind of scooped right out of it just because of the shape of it. But it's kind of a multi-tone. It's got this kind of gray blue swath down here, and then the darker blue in some other shades here. It's just a nice, cool little shape of a bowl. It just holds in your hands, nestles in there really well. And again, you could use this as any kind of a little serving bowl, a nut bowl, candy dish if you want to. You certainly use it as a planter. It's got a lot of flexibility. $8 for that. And it's just a really cute little design. Okay, now I was going to say that I love this mug, but because it has the word love on it, then that seems sort of like I was trying to be cute, but I'm not trying to be cute. I just love this mug. So a couple of things about it. I love the shape. I love the two-toning of it. It's got these raised ridges all around, so it's got this subtle detailing. The handle has that little kind of knotted tie at the bottom, and then it has this raised lettering of the word love, which is very subtle, but it's got a good handle on it, like easily 2 fingers. I can fit 3. I have a big hand, and I could even squeeze in 4 if I wanted to hold it a little bit weird and uncomfortably, but it fits 3 fingers perfectly for me. And I like that. I don't like grabbing cups that are so tiny. I only get 1 little finger in. And this is nice and big. We know that I like a big mug. $8 in the shop. Okay. Now, a couple of collectible items. Well, let me do the last little formal pottery, rough pottery piece. This one also is stamped on the bottom, but I can't really read this stamp. It's more like, oh, now I can read it. I couldn't read it earlier. I think it says Gordon, but it's like a pressed, not signed. And just this little double kind of condiment pot, which is perfect for little jams if you wanted, toothpick holder. It could be on a charcuterie tray, a little bit of tapenade in one, a little red pepper jelly in the other, a couple of little spoons, you're good to go. Just a nice little cute addition, $8 for that. This item is a little California pottery item. Now, these are big collectibles down in the States. So it always says California, USA stamped in there. They tend to have these nice, kind of lovely sort of creamy glaze colors on this. So you've got the triple little relish dish, or, multiple candy dish, 3 different types of nuts, whatever, with the gold handle. So this is $11 in the shop. And usually those are the kinds of things that do really well for me on Etsy, because I have a lot more Americans that follow me there. This one is a Pyrex mixing bowl set. It is the glass version. So it is glass, colored on the outside. So it's shinier on the inside because that's where the clear glass is. A little bit more matte on the reverse. It's $24 for the 3. I do mention in the listing that there's a couple of little scratches on the outside of the bowls where you can see some of the red coating has been scratched, but they're fairly small, fairly minor. They all have that clear glass bottom to them. And $24 for those is an awesome price too. Okay, I got a couple of things that I gotta reach down here to get. So one is this little great hanging, wall hanging black kind of planter holder. So $12. I mean, certainly, I'm thinking you could easily pop in a couple of pots and be able to have that against a fence or a wall outside. It would be great to, have it on a wall if maybe you've got a backyard pool and you're just going to keep all your sunscreen out there all the time, because, rather than having them in a bucket where it's going to collect water as it rains. You're just going to be able to have your sunscreens and your bug sprays and things out there. So multiple uses for this, just infinitely practical in kind of that plain matte black finish. I think I said it was 12. Didn't change price in the telling. All right, this one. Oh, geez, this is heavy. Okay, this guy, this is a specialty item. Now, I snagged this originally for me, and then I thought, okay, I'll put it in the store until I need it. If I need it before somebody's bought it, then it becomes mine. If you buy it before I need it, then it's yours. But this is a professional grade, super heavy muffin tin. Now, cool thing about this is that it actually is sort of tiered. So if you've ever seen like the muffins that you buy that come up and then they have the flat ridges like that go out about half an inch out. So you have the really defined muffin top on top. It's this pan, right? So it's got that flat ridge around it. Also really good for things like popovers and Yorkshire puddings. So if you're somebody that does that, this is great because it's so thick compared to other little muffin tins and a little bit deeper. You're going to get better heat distribution. You're going to get crispier outsides. Usually these sell well in excess of $100. Usually more like about 150. I have it for 24. So, it's not brand spanking new. There's a couple of little stains on it. Nothing major. It's an awesome shape. And I wouldn't hesitate to use it, obviously, since if nobody buys it, by the next time I go to make Yorkshire puddings, then I'm just taking it for mine and I'm deleting it from the store, which is usually how these things become mine down the road. I always convince myself I don't need it until I need it, and then I shop my store. So there are things that have come home with us and now live with us permanently because you know what? Bonus for having the store. It's easiest. I don't have to take it yet, but if it's still there when I need it, and then it becomes mine. Okay, the last item for tonight is another little original watercolor. So I can't necessarily make out his name. It looks like Foti to me, but it is signed and it is from 1989. And it's this cute little barn farm scene in watercolor. And it is $25 in the shop. Just a nice little piece. It's not too large. So, if you needed something for a little space in your place, then maybe that's the one for you. Okay, I think that's it. That's it for tonight anyway. I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope if you're here in Ontario that you're doing okay with the first of the heat, sign of what's to come. And, funny enough, I was still wearing my sweat top here in the shop during the day. I just felt a little chilly still, but then sweltering as soon as I stepped outside. So a little bit crazy. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope to see you next week. Check out the video, share them. That just helps my channel. Anything that you share on Facebook, any of the YouTubes that you share, it's just a great way to help any small business, not just me. So any of those that you're watching, it costs you nothing to just do a little quick share out and help them grow a little bit. It just kind of helps pay for the work and the effort they put into those things. But thanks for tuning in. If you've got any comments or questions, as always, hit me up. Anything that I've shown you is in the New This Week tab on the website, queenbeecreationshome.com, or check any of the other collections for all of the other stuff that I've got in there. Look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, take care.